Yeah, exactly. So basically, it can also include your PFPs, your digital arts, whatever you have applied there. Interestingly, it can also include research papers. Basically, you can also tokenize your research paper. So create tokenized music and tokenized videos out of it, because in the videos it's going to be more like an NFT part, like where you are earning royalty on the basis of your videos and music. So
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Web3 Business Show brought to you by Tokenized. My name is Rob, and as always, we provide content for you guys that's useful for crypto insiders, brought to you by industry experts. As usual, today I have with me my co-host Kay and Ed. Welcome, guys.
Hey everyone.
Hi everyone.
And we have a special guest today, our team member, blockchain developer Hemang. Hi, Hemang. Welcome.
hi guys, I'm glad to be here.
All right, let's jump right into it. So today's topic is the Chainlink solution for asset tokenization. Can you give us first a high-level overview of this product, Hemang?
Yeah, sure. So basically, Chainlink's asset tokenization is a way that Chainlink helps your company to tokenize your assets. So basically, when we are talking about asset tokenization, there are three ways. There are three subcategories into it. So the first one is real world. The real world asset tokenization, which is most widely used. In this one, we use all the assets which are present there out there in the real world. For example, it can be your it can be your monuments, it can be your like assets, for example buildings, paintings and gold and stuff like that. So this is most widely used, and the second part of this is using the digital assets, for example the NFTs and everything and all the other things which are present on there, like on the web. You can use it, you can tokenize it. And the third thing is that the in-game assets, where you have the assets inside your games and you can also tokenize that. So that's a little overview about what tokenization means, and Chainlink is one of the leading industries to help the other projects in like integrate the asset tokenization and help them ease their task.
Okay, so quick question, right? So you're saying that from a asset tokenization perspective, we're not just talking about physical assets. People are talking about right now RWAs, of course, one of the main topics in blockchain. But you're also talking about just digital asset tokenization, what I understood from your intro.
Yeah, that's right. So basically, it also includes one of them, but as right now, the real world assets are most widely adopted and it's most widely used. But if we go down the perspective, we can also do the tokenization of the digital assets that are there on the web itself, and you can also tokenize them as well. So, if we see on the spectrum, the most amount of everything is gained by the real world assets.
Okay, understood. Ed, Kay, do you guys want to jump in here on anything?
Yeah. So, you mentioned about the digital asset tokenization. So, uh, this means digital assets being tokenized, right? So, does it includes uh, digital artworks, or being converted into an NFT?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, it can also include your PFPs, your digital arts, whatever you have applied there. It like interestingly, it can also include research papers. Basically, you can also tokenize your research paper. I don't know if how they're going to use it, like what the utility is going to be like that, but you can also really tokenize your research paper. And if in the terms of utility, it's done because to see the contributors, because when you are releasing your research paper, you don't really get paid to release your paper. So when you tokenize your research paper, it's a way of earning money. Like if I want to read a certain research paper, I can get a little bit share of it, and that's how I'm going to own a little bit of it, and I can read it. So in that way, the creator of the research paper is going to earn some money. So that's also one of the things. And since research paper is already on the digital end, so it's tokenized in that way. So yeah, it's not just limited to the arts. It like everything out there can be tokenized on the on the digital world if we have an idea of tokenizing it.
Okay. So also does this include music and videos that you can create? You can also tokenize that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You can also create tokenized music and tokenized videos out of it, because in the videos, it's going to be more like an NFT part, like where you are earning royalty on the basis of your videos and music. So, uh, but yeah, it's still being tokenized, so it's still going to make the same sense.
Okay, got it. So also another question. In the Chainlink tokenization, what relays the off-chain asset data to the on-chain data?
Yeah, sure. So basically, in the Chainlink asset tokenization, there is a protocol that is included in between. It's called the Proof of Reserve protocol, which is developed by the Chainlink. So what it does is that it first checks the data which is there on the off-chain, and and then it verifies the data on the Proof of Reserve protocol out there. And then when you're going to create your own smart contracts, when you want to like tokenize your assets on it, you just use the reserve which is there on the POR now. And so what POR actually does is that it continuously updates it according to the value of the asset. So for example, I want to tokenize a building and a real estate value. So now the real estate value is always moving up and down. So in this case, the POR is going to help you by fetching the real world value of that asset. Since like for example, when I tokenize this asset, its value is 100K, and now the asset has increased its value and it's now 150K. So POR is going to give you the real value of it. And on the other end, it also acts like a verifier, because it's a trusted third party. And when you're using a trusted third party, you are ensuring that your asset is actually down there. Because when you are tokenizing assets on the blockchain, I can do it, you can also do it. So you need a sense of originality, and that sense of originality can be provided by using the third party, which in this case is the Chainlink's proof of reserve. So in short, it is based on a consensus mechanism. So just like there is consensus of proof of stake, proof of work, so the new consensus which was developed by Chainlink for making this sound more authentic is the proof of reserve.
Okay, so basically, you mean this Chainlink proof of reserve is used to fetch the real value of the asset in off-chain.
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
right?
To fetch the real value, and as well to check the authenticity, to check the like the ownership of it. Like if I am owning this value, whether I'm also able to own it or not. Like I have all the rights of owning it, and all the things that you want your assets to have, the authority, the ownership, the authenticity. It's all done by POR.
Okay, thank you. One last question. Is stable coin pegged to gold considered as asset tokenization?
Yep, exactly. So basically, when you are pegging, well, actually, this is a very good question, and it's also one of the foremost use cases of like asset tokenization, because in this case also you are pegging your value to an asset which is out there in the real world. So real world asset tokenization is like a stable coin is actually part of asset tokenization. So yeah, it can be considered as an application of it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Hemang. That's it for all my questions. Thank you.
Yeah, it clears a lot of things up, right? Because I guess this whole infrastructure that they're providing, that's also one of the things that Chainlink is known for just tracking real world pricing, providing the Oracle solutions to that. So it makes a lot of sense that they have a solution for asset tokenization that has the right infrastructure to do real world pricing. For example, you mentioned the real estate example, right? Where you can tokenize the real estate asset, but how do you, when you want to have liquidity, you need pricing. So you need to have an infrastructure for that to have that being up to date, let's say, right, and being it all integrated in an automatic way. And I also see on the website actually of Chainlink on this particular solution on the asset tokenization a lot of stablecoin providers. So I'm sure that there are the ones indeed using a lot of this particular solution. So yeah, thank you for this, Hamang. Kay, do you have any other questions for Hamang?
Yes, thank you, Rob. So yeah, so for Hemang, this is more of marketing questions. There are two topics like I wanted to know or I'm interested in knowing. Like first is the user experience and second is the market adoption. So for user experience, like how can we enhance the user experience when interacting with platforms powered by Chainlink, and then how does like the underlying technology supports that?
Mm, okay, yeah, sure. So basically, for enhancing the user experience, we can like we can always make sure that the front end which is developed on the top of the back end is very like have a good user adaptability. Because when a user is going to interact with it, it's mostly going to interact with the on the front end side of it. And once like what's going on the back end, they're not really going to be on that. And one thing about Chainlink is that Chainlink has a support for a good user base. Like it has been supporting various other protocols as well with all its Oracle works. So if there is a lot of user traffic, it's not going to go crash or it's not going to go slow. So the users who are getting there are not going to face any blockages there. So that's one side of it. And another thing is that whenever we are talking about developing on top of the okay, so whenever we are talking about that developing on the top of the blockchain, our main perspective should be creating the front end and all of the things which are very good, because most of the users are really non-hacky, so they don't know how to interact with it. And yeah, so that's about it.
Right. Okay. Because yeah, I asked that because like I think there are like one out of five calls that we have are really jumping into tokenization or specifically real world assets. So what are the things that we can tell them like for those companies for those projects that who wants to jump into RWA? What are the things that they need to keep in mind specifically if they wanted to use Chainlink?
Yeah, sure. So the first thing that they should keep in mind is that the asset that they want to back is a publicly available asset, or like what kind of. So what I mean is that if they want to tokenize on assets such as like gold, so it's available publicly. Like you are like it's not unique to you. But in the other case, if you want to tokenize something like your digital like your art piece, which is private to you, so in this case you need to ask them first that whether you have the full authority of the of the project or the asset that you want to tokenize on or not. So this is one of the first things to keep in mind. The other things to ask to the clients is that since it is obviously on the blockchain, there is a little slight going to be disparity among the speed of transaction, since you are not able to fetch, like you will be able to fetch the live data, but there is a little bit going to be uh, like you say, the data is not going to be 100% timely accurate. It's going to have some delay. So we need to be assured in that, because many times it happens that the price of an asset fluctuates within the second. So they might raise the question that when a transaction was initiated, the price was this, but now the price is this. So we need to tell them that at the time of initiation of the transaction, the price which was fetched for this asset was a little different, and since blockchain has a little bit of delay normally, so that could be the thing. So these two are one of the things that we need to tell them. And the main thing is obviously that we need to check about the authority, and if they have their legal ownership and everything of the assets or not.
All right. And I've also seen some platforms that has, like, for example, for real estate, like they're it's kind of an Airbnb in Web3. Like they have this assets, they have this house and lot that they're selling, and then it's kind of fractionalized. So does Chainlink also do that? We can also do that on Chainlink.
In this case, well, Chainlink only helps us to to relay the information which is off chain on the on chain. But we need to, when we are developing the smart contract on the top of it, we can create our customized and modified smart contracts, which would be enabled in such a way that you can fractionalize your tokenized assets. So to answer the question, Chainlink can help us on that. No, not really, but you can always do a modification while creating your own smart contract, because when you are developing your project or a company, we can always tell them that Chainlink is one of the main methods through which we are going to relay the off-chain data on the on-chain. But the how it is going to function and how it is going to behave, it's all going to be written in the smart contracts, which is going to be created by us from the scratch. So if they want to add fractionalization, or if they want to add more uniqueness and everything, we can do it on our own side. So we can just inform them about this thing.
Mhm. Alright. Okay, thank you, Hemang. So that's the questions I have in mind, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah, I think what you're mentioning, right, Hemang, is that when it comes to commodities and things where price discovery is easier, I think it's a little bit more out of the box, let's say. Whereas when we're talking about other types of real world assets, like indeed the real estate or maybe even company shares of private non-listed companies, um, that is something you need to develop some custom solution for, I guess, to actually integrate pricing for that, right?
Yep, absolutely, that's right. So basically, when we are talking about company token shares and stuff like that, we need to define a custom solution. But in the tokenization of the other assets as well, we need to customize them as well. We need to add our custom code, because when we are using Chainlink, it's just one of the medium method, but it's actually the skeleton of it, the backbone. But to make it work, to make it function, we still need to add some customization in our smart contract. So it is always required.
Okay, but by default, let's say the solution that Chainlink offers, they do have a product or a feature for actually the proof of reserve. So let's say you're issuing a new kind of stablecoin where you want to have it backed by gold and other kind of trading, let's say fiat currencies with high trading volumes. Then they do offer the infrastructure for not only the price discovery for that, but also the proof of reserve part for that. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, on the point.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for all this information, and we'll have you on next time for any other blockchain development related question. But for now, thank you, Hemang. Thanks, Ed and Kay, for joining, and see you all next time. Goodbye.
Thank you guys. See you next time. Thanks for having me here.